revoir.
Je vais appuyer les gants de la WBA à la hôtel et il y a un live à 10h30 sur le fait
Ladies and gentlemen, we are stick to television schedule, so we will wait until 6 minutes past 6 to launch the next bout. Nous sommes tenus à un horaire de télévision, donc on va attendre quelques instants jusqu'à 8h06 pour lancer le prochain combat.
Non mais c'est pas grande faute, c'est toi qui continue, il n'y a pas eu de... politique, c'est pas grande faute, c'est bon, on va partir de moi, c'est bon, c'est ce qui se passe là.
En interne. Non, non, c'est un bon. Ok, bah parfait. Allez, à tout à l'heure. J'ai trop de discussions pour moi parce que je voudrais tellement vous rencontrer. Ouais, pas rencontrer. C'est-à-dire que les 200 personnes au départ, là tu pouvais faire des photos, les machins, etc. Moi, ma photo avec lui, c'est vraiment cool. En plus, quoi. Mais voilà quoi. Moi, j'avais dû remarquer la vérité. Ouais, j'avais vu. Et ici, une Lexi, un petit vidéo, pas de problème. C'est incroyable. Vive Lexi, hein. C'est incroyable. Oui, hein. Moi, mon film préféré, c'est la station d'hiver avec Gabin. Ah, de voir. C'est incroyable, quelle humilité qu'il a ce mec-là. Il a fait, Pascal, il a fait 200, il y avait 200 personnes. Ouais, j'ai vu les personnes. Allez, pour tout. Bon travail. Oui.
Charge all the social media. Charge all the social media.
Yes, but I'm working for the newspaper.
Oh, very good.
For the. Ça va?
Ça va et toi?
Ça va. I'm working for the greatest newspaper from the place in the city.
Really? That's fantastic.
Presse.
That's fantastic. Brilliant.
And you, it's for UFC?
UFC fight
UFC pass?
Yes.
And where do you come from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Which island? There is two islands.
Southern Ireland, yeah, Republic.
Republic, it's independent.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And in boxing terms, it's all one.
Yes.
It's all good.
What's the name of your hotel here? Hotel? Airport?
Yeah.
Airport 44.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's nearly the airport.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm living there at from the hotel. I'm living at 500 meters.
Brilliant. Very good. Very good. Yeah, excellent. I love that.
Yes.
I love it.
It's not the same, huh? It's in the south and the north.
It's very different. Yeah, very different.
The language is different.
It is very
People
different.
are
Yes,
different.
exactly.
It's like
Would you believe me? I told you, I cannot speak French well, but I can understand it.
yeah.
And I find Belgian people so much easier to understand
Yes.
than the French.
Yes, French.
The French are very, very quick.
Yes.
But the Belgian people more relaxed.
Yes,
Nice
absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice to listen to.
It's the same language, but it's different.
I think so, yeah.
It's the same in England. They speak fast.
Oh, yes.
I'm supporter of Arsenal. I'm
Yes.
going 2 or 3 times.
Too, I support Arsenal.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to London 2 or 3 times a year, but they speak
Very quickly. Very
difficult.
quickly. And so much slang.
Yes.
Very, very funny.
So we speak with the Pakistan, the Italian.
Yeah.
So, oui. Mais non, parce que moi, il s'est connecté automatiquement. Parce que c'est le con. Moi, il m'a mis le public. Et donc, je pensais qu'il était libre. Et en fait, il n'était pas libre. Mais moi, mon truc, il a reconnu mes 2 trucs. Parce que je viens ici tout le temps.
Sébastien est demandé au ring, s'il vous plaît. Sébastien est demandé au ring. Le docteur Collignon est demandé au ring aussi, s'il vous plaît. Let me take the opportunity to introduce the jury and the referee for this next bout. The supervisor, WBA supervisor, will be Mr. Carlos Chavez from Venezuela. The judge will be Mr. Michael Hook from Sweden, Mr. Jesus Morata Garcia from Spain, Mr. Salvador Salva from Spain as well. And the referee will be Mr. Ingo Barabas from Germany. Sorry for the delay. We should shortly start within 5 minutes.
Did you say we're going to start?
The doctor is expected on the ring, please. On demande au docteur de rejoindre le ring, s'il vous plaît.
Very good evening or afternoon, everyone who is watching here. They're taking us a little bit by surprise by starting early. In about 5 minutes, we should have our first fight of the evening here that we are bringing on our live stream. And my name is Erik van Horik. I'm not alone here. I'm very fortunate to be with Alan Donnelly. Alan, former Irish champion.
Absolutely delighted to be here.
5 times. Yeah.
Absolutely thrilled to be here with you in this marvellous venue. Filling up very nicely so early in the evening. And there's huge excitement for that big contest late tonight.
Yeah, it's people are coming in. It's already a little bit crowded, but it's going to be better, and we will have for sure a very good atmosphere in this wonderful dome here in Charleroi. In fact, it's a basketball temple, but of course a lot of things can happen here, like concerts and like this boxing gala tonight. What do you expect of tonight in general?
Well, we've been here already all this evening. We've seen some absolutely fantastic contests and a very impressive showing by the Belgians. I hope that will continue and we'll see all victories of the Belgian faithful here tonight. Riyad Murray, of course, we're all looking forward to that so much. But we have some really good contests coming just very shortly. And we're glad to be here live on UFC Fight Pass to share them with you.
You did some small discovery in the last bout that we saw here. You were impressed by Luis Arcon from Venezuela.
Luis Arcon from Venezuela, former amateur standout. I was really impressed by all of the work that he did here. Very intelligent and kind of a measured sort of an offense. He boxed Luka Leskovic, a Croatian opponent with a very kind of durable sort of a record. So it was quite impressive that he got the stoppage win. He was a former Pan American medalist, I think 3 times, as well as boxing in the 2015 AIB Worlds. And he was a Rio 2016 Olympian as well. And that all showed in a really impressive performance just previous.
We have the presenter in the ring and the referee, which will be Udo Barabas from Germany. And looking forward to our first fight. It's an important fight because there is a title to win or to hold here. It's our boxer from Belarus, Mikalai Veselov. And he's going to defend this title for the 3rd time. And the contester will be Abdul Khattab from Denmark. Well, I think the challenger, Abdul Khattab, is not without a chance to take this continental title.
Absolutely. He's got plenty of experience and he's coming here. He's not going to lay down at all. He's coming to fight. However, he got some very stiff competition in Nikolai Veselov, another amateur standout and a star of the World Series of Boxing. In the World Series of Boxing, one of his most high-profile fights was against Sergey Derevyanchenko, who just boxed Triple G 2 weeks past. So this is the type of caliber we have to expect for tonight's contests.
Yep. He's 32 years of age, a guy from Belarus. He's the Belarusian champion, won the title 2 years ago. And in the meantime, he has won this Continental WBA Continental Middleweight title. Won it in Tallinn from the Est Pavel Semyonov. So he's defending his title again here in Charleroi, as he did last time, also in the Dome here against the Hungarian Robert Rashka.
That's for sure.
Not really a puncher, Veselov. He wins a lot.
More of a technician, that's correct, yeah. Very technical competitor, 32 years of age. He knows his craft and he hones it very well here.
I think we're going to get, Alan, a very interesting bout. 2 different styles.
Definitely contrasting styles. Neither of them have really kind of been dominated in any of their previous contests. They really both come to win. Yep. I think because of the atmosphere here, and the night that's in it, and the title on the line, it's going to give a spectacular performance.
Abdul Khattab is quite younger. He's only 26. He had to wait a long time to get a chance for a title fight because he lost already 2 bouts, one in 2015, one in 2017. You may be very, very talented, but if you lose twice, you have to wait a long time for your chance.
That's for sure. When you're taking risks to win your chance, it's very easy to pick up a loss and even more difficult then to rebuild from said. But in saying that, he has his opportunity here tonight. I'm sure he's not going to waste it. It's also interesting that for middleweights, we're looking at 2 taller guys here. Abdul Khattab is 5'11", and I believe that Mikalai Veselov is about 6'1.5". So 2 tall, big, strong, physical middleweights. I'm really excited for this.
What do you say, Alan? The music is getting too loud.
Either the music is getting too loud or we're getting too old. One of those things.
You mean me, of course. Thank you so much, Alan.
Me too.
No. Listen, what, Alan, is the difference between a European title or a continental title?
Continental title by the WBA, it really is a stepping stone towards that world title. Obviously, Nikolai Veselov, that's a gentleman who really has his eyes on the pinnacle of this sport. And the best way for him to build is through the Continental, getting himself into those rankings of the World Boxing Association.
So, for the boxers, it is a very important title.
Absolutely, that's for sure. Every belt has a purpose. It's going to build a ranking, it's going to build their publicity, it's going to build their following. And that's why for this one, it's an absolutely must-win for both fighters.
Can we say if you're the conqueror of the Continental title, that you are getting very close to a world title fight?
Absolutely, that's for sure. That's for sure. The WBA, they've got a very kind of strict rankings system in place. Once you win the Continentals, you'll probably be striking into that top 10 of the World Championships.
Well, we're still waiting for the athletes, so let's talk a little bit about Abdul Khattab. He's considered as a very big talent still. He's only 26. He's from Palestinian origin. He was, in fact, born and raised in Lebanon in a fugitive camp.
Yes.
Ein El Hilwe. 2001, he came to Denmark. He's Danish now. And he started boxing when he was only 10 years old. Also, his father, Bilal Khattab, was a very good boxer. So, won some titles.
He's a naturalized Dane. He loves that country and really wants to represent them all tonight.
Let's go to the show. I'm calling first in the blue corner, the first contender from Denmark, Abdul Khattab.
There he is. Abdul Khattab will be in the blue corner.
And you can see immediately he's walking to the ring with purpose and confidence. He's not afraid. He's not going to turn down this opportunity tonight. He's going to go and try and seize it with both hands.
He's claiming to be better than Mikalai Veselov.
That's for sure.
He has to prove it, yeah.
He has to prove it. He has his opportunity now. If he's near as intimidating as his music, he's going to be a good boxer.
We'll talk in a minute about his second man, because he's also very known coach, trainer, mentor. But first we're going to welcome Nicolai Veselov.
800 in the blue corner, please welcome Abdul Khattab.
What a boost of confidence to have a fighter of that caliber in your corner and be able to turn to that man for advice in the biggest fight of your career.
We'll let you share a little bit of the atmosphere here. It's getting quite deafening.
That's for sure. Isn't it incredible? Kester doesn't seem to have put on any weight since he retired. He looks in fantastic condition. As does his old foe, Karl Frosch.
He's coming the red corner, Nikolai Veselov.
From Middle Russia. And he likes to fight in Belgium. And in Charleroi, Nikolai Veselov. Another type of music, another type of fighter.
Absolutely.
This is the guy with the belt. He's going to want to keep it, but it will be a tough fight.
With full confidence, and he's coming to the ring by Sonia Abrahamian with a fantastic win in the opening contest of this night's boxing.
Mikalai won in 2009 the bronze medal on the Amateur World Championship. That was the closest he ever came to the real world title.
Extensive experience in the World Series of Boxing as well. 13 contests all in all in the World Series of Boxing. Probably the most high-profile contest against Sergey Derevyanchenko, who boxed Triple G just a couple of weeks past. So you can see the caliber of this young man. You can also see what a contest is going to be.
Also looking in really, really good shape.
will be
Both in fantastic condition.
Mr. Barabas from Germany.
The belt is presented, and then, well, what I wanted to say, the second man, the coach, mentor, trainer of Abdul Khattab is the Viking warrior, Mikkel Kessler, former world champion WBO and WBA. Very impressive 46-3 record.
Absolutely.
So if you have a coach like that, you automatically, I suppose,
Inspirational.
Feel confident.
Given that the super middleweight division is only somewhat 30 years old or something similar, you'd imagine that he has to go down as one of the top 5 middleweights, super middleweights of all time.
Alan, I cannot see any nerves with any of these guys.
Absolutely not. And the intensity in the stare down is something remarkable. Veselov seems to be laser focused. And Khattab, not intimidated at all.
We're about to start this bout for the Continental title. And it will be maximum 10 rounds.
Veselov in the southpaw stance. Khattab, the conventional orthodox position. Looking to slip inside with the right hand to the body. That shows his confidence from the start. The start of the straight right to the body.
If you have one orthodox, one southpaw, it's a bit,
It can be awkward.
unorthodox fight for the viewer.
That's for sure. There can be bumps of heads.
Yeah.
There can be foul punches land quite easily. But it can be quite exciting. We also saw that with Khattab's protege, Mikkel Kessler, when he boxed Joe Calzaghe back in the year 2005, I believe.
Little slip of the left foot there from Veselov.
Veselov trying to establish the jab. Khattab very patient, feinting from the outside, showing his own experience. And landing some good shots.
Looking very patient, Khattab, waiting for his chance. Good one.
As you mentioned earlier, Eric, Veselov, a very, very gifted amateur. Not so much a knockout puncher, but picking the shots very, very well. Unfortunately, there seemed to be a bump of heads there, and I'm not sure that there's not a little mark above the eye of Nikолая Veselova already.
That will be a bummer for him. That's early in the bout.
That's for sure, but boxing very nicely.
I
Picking
think you're right. So let's hope he's not a bleeder.
That's for sure. Common occurrence between southpaws and orthodox. The bump of the heads.
Yep. Yeah, you said it before they bumped.
Yeah. You can see the difficulty as they come apart. They're both boxing very clean, but when they come apart, oh, fantastic investment in the bodywork.
And good defense also.
Absolutely fantastic.
For me at the moment, Khattab has more hits.
Absolutely.
Because,
He's worked very hard.
yeah, more hits in the air from Veselov.
Veselov doesn't seem to have settled just yet. I'm sure that he will as time goes by.
Yeah.
But as you said, Khattab seems to have got the better of the first round thus far. No lack of ambition for either fighter. They're both giving it a go.
10 seconds.
Khattab also seemed to be a little bit marked outside of that left eye. Perhaps from that bump of heads earlier.
And of round one.
That was
A
a very
little
good
bit
first
lack
round.
of an action in this first round. And for me, it goes to that. I don't know if you agree.
Whatever you say, Eric. You're the boss here.
No way.
You're the boss here.
You're the specialist. You should give the points, not me.
I'll just say they both won. It's good.
Yeah. I think it's like Abdul Khattab is very patient, waiting for his moment. He's staring.
No, he didn't seem to be intimidated there. He came in to implement his own game plan and he did very well. That's not to say that Veselov did poorly. It's just that Khattab seemed to settle almost.
And on the side of Mikalai, he's like getting to know the other one.
Absolutely.
Doesn't want to do anything foolish at the start of the bout.
Try to establish that southpaw jab again. Khattab chancing for the body again that time and got actually caught hard. Khattab is more than willing to adopt the role of aggressor, trying to push Veselov back, and Veselov is happy to let him do so, to try and pick him off as he did with that nice jab. You see Veselov's experience there, turning the opponent back into the ropes and retaining the center of the ring.
What we said about Veselov is not really a puncher, but from his 10 wins, he were at 5 by knockout.
That's for sure.
Same amount as Khattab, 5 knockouts.
Which for me I find very impressive. That means technically he's found ways to stop 5 of his first 10 opponents. Another bump of the heads there again. The referee gives a small warning. That's going to be a pattern throughout the fight, and I hope it does not become a significant issue. This time it was Khattab seemed to have got the worst of it, dabbing at the eye. Lead hook, landing well on Veselov. The referee is very much on top of the action here, warning them both to keep their hands up. One string ever so low there, although I don't believe it was intentional.
I think he went for the liver shot, but just took a slip on the sweat on the canvas.
Yeah. You have to admire Khattab. He's come in and got to work straight away. Perhaps it's the edging experience. He's been very comfortable from the first round and got his work done. Veselov needs to settle here and impose himself on the contest.
Veselov is getting more and more into the fight.
Seems to, yes.
Anyway, it's too early to already even start thinking about making conclusions. Yeah.
Khattab is trying to invest in the body too, which may pay down the stretch. Given that it's a 10-round contest, it may come down to conditioning in the end. Warned again for the heads, although I don't believe that was anyway intentional from Khattab. Good overhand right landing through. But you can see that bump of heads again. That's a more serious cut. I don't believe if you have any problem with the vision, but at the same time, that could be significant as it could increase.
Finally,
the referee inspected himself.
In the crowd, but got the cut there.
That is actually quite a severe cut. It's not going to impede his vision, but at the same time, it's quite a severe cut. Every time a boxer is cut, like so, it feels like the punches are 3-4 times as hard.
We had already
slip
on the butt. We already had 3 bumps, and it's only second round.
It's bound to happen with an orthodox and southpaw.
Round 2.
Well, the cut man can do his job now.
Veselov dabbling his hairline too. I'm not sure if he's cut, but he's certainly feeling the effects of those bumps.
Of course, it's painful too, but maybe you don't feel that much as of the adrenaline during the bout.
That's for sure. I find that the clashes of heads, which cause cuts, they don't hurt in and of themselves, but they make the subsequent punches feel more damaging than perhaps they might were you not cut.
No.
It'll be very interesting to see what a technician like Veselov can do with the cut like this. Can he exploit it and cause it become a significant factor in the contest outcome?
Who did you say you gave the second round to?
Second out.
I'm not willing to commit right now, Eric.
Second out, please. Round 3.
I think so far it's undecided.
Absolutely, and they seem to have tidied up that cut a nice bit too. So Veselov picking that jab now very well, looking to open up that cut though. Clever fighter. Warned the heads again, but again, you couldn't call it a headbutt. It's actually a clash of heads, entirely accidental.
The problem is, of course, that you have a big disadvantage when you get one of these cuts, as the other boxer will try to take profit from it.
Absolutely. Warned about the heads again. Khattab boxing one of those old-fashioned crouch stances, which can be good for defensive purposes, but right now it's not helping him too much with that cut. Veselov picking that jab very nicely. This is his round, certainly. Perhaps I'm a bit early seeing that, Eric. Perhaps the sight of blood has incited some confidence in Veselov, as this third round is really going his way. Khattab bothered by that cut. I would feel sympathy for Khattab, as he started out this contest with such endeavour and had a valiant effort. It would be a shame if that cut was become significant and have a large effect on the outcome.
Well, after a diesel start, he's really coming alive.
Absolutely.
The Belarusian.
That last straight left hand was a seriously good blow.
Forcing the Danish guy more and more into defense.
And we mentioned earlier that Veselov wasn't necessarily a knockout puncher. But you can see these straight left hands that land. They do have good, solid power. And combined with the good technique that he has, Khattab is being brave here. He's trying not to let that blood bother him. It's not impeding the vision as it's travelling down the bridge of the nose. But at the same time, he does have to be conscious. And his visage is being clouded in crimson at the moment.
It's very technical. I think the crowd would like to see some more action anyway.
I think they would. It's very enjoyable for the boxing nerd like myself and yourself.
I can see you enjoy it.
It's easy to enjoy it when you're not the one getting hit. I'm not sure, but for me, Eric, I think that was the first round that clearly Veselov won for me.
Yep. I'm very curious now for round number 4, what the reaction of Abdul Khattab will be.
Absolutely. It's a touch of drama to an already interesting fight.
One thing I'm asking myself now, Alan, no more ring girls? Is that finished?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I know nothing about the ring girls. I'm an engaged man and know nothing about them.
Round 4.
I mean, the girls with the number, round 1, round 2.
To remind us what round it is, yeah?
Yeah. It's all Me Too nowadays.
Absolutely.
Round
And quite
4.
rightly so, which is fantastic, given the rise in female boxing and the success that the ladies have recently. It's good to see boxing coming into the 21st century. Veselov is really trying to stamp his authority in this fight, isn't he, Eric?
He is.
And Khattab is not shrinking away.
No, and we saw a very confident man walking into the ring, and I think that confidence is little by little slipping away a little bit.
He's certainly more conscious of his defense, moving his head, doesn't want that cut to open again, but he's certainly risking more attacks this round.
Some good body shots also from Veselov.
Absolutely. This is really warming up to a good contest now. We had that natural feeding out process between the southpaw and orthodox fighter for the opening rounds. Unfortunately, the clash ahead caused things to slow down ever so slightly, but now they seem to be comfortable with one another. crimson is seeping from Khattab's hairline once again.
Well, for me, Veselov is like a flower going open.
Yes.
Because he's, like every round, adding some new weapons to his arsenal.
Absolutely.
New techniques, some
think
new
the cut-
moves, and then to make the other more and more confused.
The cut was like a red rag to a bull, and now he's opening up the arsenal.
Oh.
Another bump of heads there, unfortunately. Very little the referee can do to stop that, unfortunately.
Yeah, as if it's not intentional, what can he do about it? Simply nothing.
No, and neither man deserves a warning because there's no intent behind it. It's just what happens when a left-hander boxes a right-hander. Some good work off the left hand there by Khattab, with the jab and the hook.
Yeah, needs to score some points, that's for sure.
Perhaps he's best served to go back to the body, try and wear down Veselov for the later rounds. I think that both men will have prepared for a long contest, thinking that the fight will be decided in the later rounds.
Yep.
Both with 5 previous wins by stoppage. Hardly dynamite knockout punchers, but both solid technicians and very good workers.
You're giving this round again to the Belarusian?
Round 4.
I think that's a more even round,
Yeah.
but I do at the same time think that the Belarusian still took it.
Well, if we consider it like that, he's Abdul Khattab is 2 pounds down now. So
Absolutely, but a fantastic
Race,
opening
is good.
contest for the card here on UFC Fight Pass. I think this is the first contest of our night to be live on TV. It's amazing. They're so settled. There's a good atmosphere. The quality is fantastic. Should be a fantastic night.
Second out. Round 5.
That long jab of Veselov landing once again. He seems to want control technically coming in the second half of the fight. Khattab fainting. Looking for that opening to stamp his authority on it.
yeah. Would you say he's more a peekaboo fighter, Khattab?
Seems to be, certainly. Boxing with a crouch stance, hands nice and high. And although he might not be a concussive knockout puncher, he's quite physical and definitely physically strong. The double jab, always a good idea against the southpaw.
Oh,
Punch on the break.
is he going to get a
One
warning?
thing I've found is the referees are quite strong here in Belgium. They don't like their orders being disobeyed, which is why they don't like me too much. But
I think it was just a reaction.
it was.
that
There
happened.
was no intent out of it. That was a
Yeah.
fantastic shot there by Veselov.
Yeah.
And you could see the confidence in his face straight away.
Another one.
Tab weathering it fairly okay, but at the same time, Veselov sees something.
Counterattack didn't work out for the Danish.
No, but perhaps the intent might have caused Veselov to stop, slow his thoughts, and cancel that little attack that he had on.
Yeah, it's Khattab who needs the points, but it's Veselov who's scoring them.
He seemed to settle into the contest very well.
Yeah.
Ever since that cut, his confidence has increased exponentially. Such an educated jab. He's a very nice fighter to watch. I like him.
Oh, this round is again going to be for Belarusia. If they
Absolutely.
continue like that, and with a big difference this time.
Khattab certainly seems to be a little bit perturbed by that cut. His game plan maybe is gone. He cannot be as wild in his attack as he wanted to, and he seems a bit worried.
It's a really important fight for both contenders.
A good overhand right, and perhaps, as you said, he's going for that peekaboo style to cover himself up and looking to pick one big shot. Now, if I'm not entirely incorrect, I think the Khattab may also have a slight nick beneath his right eye.
Yeah.
So he's really starting to mark up.
No return on investment at the moment with this peekaboo style. And,
which is a shame because he has been incredibly brave. And they're both putting forward a fantastic effort.
And round 5.
I think I'd score round 5 for Veselov on clean boxing.
You have what?
I think I would have scored round 5 there for Veselov on clean boxing.
I'm at 49-46 now, so it's going to be a hard one halfway this fight.
Halfway through, and he really has to dig himself out. Mikhail Kessler, very calm, issuing the instructions. Of course, he's been all here before.
Yeah, I'm afraid that Khattab will need a knockout to win this fight now.
Second out.
He's going to have to work terrifically hard one way or another. Veselov certainly in the ascendancy. Settling his height very well.
Round 6.
Well, he considered himself as the favorite for this fight, Abdul Khattab. Said otherwise I wouldn't have accepted it. I don't know if he still feels like that.
I don't know. He's certainly the more experienced fighter. 18 wins to his record.
As I said, a very important fight for both of them. Nikolai Veselov for getting the chance for a world title fight. And for Abdul Khattab, yeah, if this will be loss number 3, then it's going to get difficult to develop that career.
Absolutely. And the bad news is that Veselov seems to be really settling in. Very comfortable with some nice counter hooks. Pivoting off to his right-hand side. That jab looking very, very comfortable. And following up with a lovely left hand there also. He's really getting into his rhythm.
For Khattab, it's like very difficult to reach the head of the Belarusian.
That's for sure. And even when he launched an attack there, he ended up grappling himself and slowing down his own work. Down to the left hand over the guard of Veselov there, but didn't seem to do too much damage. The right hand there subsequently maybe did a bit more. Referee breaks them very, very quickly.
I think that was good news.
Fantastic. Fantastic right hook there landed by Veselov. Yep. Khattab was well. He's a very tough guy. He just needs to get more quality work done.
Yeah, but when you said quick break for from the referee, I thought that was good news for Khattab because he was already in problems there.
Very true, very true.
I think at some point he will have to take some crazy risk.
He's certainly going to have to change the game plan because right now it's not going to work for him. Veselov is settling in, seems very comfortable. And as I said, just landed his best punch of the fight there some 30 seconds ago with the right hook. Veselov stepping back there well for a nice overhand left.
I'd love to talk to Mikhail Kessler now to know about that game plan. What are they going to try?
There's going to have to be some adjustment. You can imagine a man with Mikhail Kessler's experience, he will have one.
And this is getting dramatic.
It is, that's for sure. That was a good right hand, landed on the break. Just shows the experience of Nikolai Veselov also communicating with his corner during the round there. Tied up, got the nod from the corner, said there was 10 seconds left and put on the pressure. That was a good overhand right. Landed out of desperation, but it was a good punch.
I also have the impression that Abdul's battery is slowly getting empty, while Veselov, he was able to save more power.
Absolutely. Veselov seems to be in the ascendancy. He seems very comfortable. You can see he's sitting very erect and tall in the corner, whereas Khattab is sunken back in the corner, despite the best attempts of Michael Kessler to energize him.
Essaye-moi pour voir, je sais. Et ça, c'est mon ami. Ça va comme ça, t'es bien?
Second out.
He's not ready.
Khattab very tired in the corner. You have to wonder
Mikkel,
are they
you
going
have
to
to
pull him
leave the
out?
ring.
Michael Kessler delaying it. You have to wonder, was there some sort of debate about stopping the fight there? Khattab very slow to rise.
So maybe we'll try all or nothing now in this round 7.
Veselov sensing his advantage, stepping back with his impressive right hook. Aiming again, the right hook. The right hook missed, but the left uppercut to the body did land. Khattab leading from the forward once again. You can't knock him for courage. He certainly is a great courageous guy. Just perhaps his implementation of Kessler's tactics hadn't been ideal. Burying him with the head there.
He still needs the knockout, because if he would win Abdul Khattab this last 4 rounds, it will be a draw, and then Veselov will keep his title.
Khattab switched to southpaw, which sometimes can be a signal of desperation in a fighter, but he landed 2 good solid jabs before that last clinch. Perhaps it's also an attempt to protect the cut, but he's enjoying some success from the southpaw stance. Veselov perhaps a little bit confused, albeit with his experience, I can't imagine that'll last too long. Veselov getting the better of the long range work. Khattab muscling in, gets him worked on the inside.
One thing is sure, he's trying something else. As you said, he changed to southpaw. Also, the peekaboo style, he forgot about it now.
Yeah, it's good to see the endeavour.
Yeah, it's a better fight like this, anyone.
And with all credit to the referee too, he's letting them work away inside, which is very impressive. As long as they're not clinching idly, he's willing to let them work. This tactic is paying off for Khattab. Bobbing and weaving, I'm not sure that would get too much admiration in the amateur ranks, but he kept him out of trouble in that particular instance.
He has to score. Yeah.
And a good body shot.
Yeah, finally.
All credit to Khattab because he's stealing this round. Investing well in the body. I'm not sure that those are particularly bothering Veselov.
I was planning to give him this round anyway to get a little bit of suspense back.
Absolutely.
But he's going for it.
He is. Full respect to Abdul Khattab.
But can he do that 4 rounds long? And still being in the need of a surprising shot. Take him out.
Khattab taking some clean shots there.
Yep.
And Veselov sensing it, looking to close it in a big round. You can see that amateur experience of Veselov. He steps back and he tries to get the long, clean shots. Very impressive. Khattab looking fatigued at the end of that round. Questioning eyes looking towards the corner. The referee mentions the tape onto the glove.
I think we need to give them both 10 points.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, however, Khattab seems to be taking the worst. He's shaking his head twice in that corner, communicating with Kessler. Kessler trying to urge him on, but I'm not sure how much more of this he wants.
3 more rounds, and more than ever, he needs a knockout. I must say, Alan, I'm impressed by Veselov. He's a very cool boxer.
Very cool boxer. Seems like a lovely fighter.
Yep.
And the drama now at the moment centres around the Khattab corner. Again, slow to rise. Michael Kessler is taping up the glove, buying him as much time as he can. That's great experience. But I'm not sure that Khattab wants too much more to do with this fight.
How much of a percentage do you give to the cut, the headbangs, or the clashes for the loss of Khattab?
He did start very well. He started very positive. There's an argument there that I could have given the first 2 rounds. But once he cut, he did seem to fade away.
Yep.
He tried to come back, but at that point, Veselov was firmly in control. That cut is opened up now again. This
Keeps bleeding, yeah.
It has to be tremendously painful. Now, I don't really admire that because Khattab brought the head in quite low there and swung it, thrashed it around a lot during that clinch. I don't really like that, but he's trying very hard. But I do believe this is going to be his last hurrah. If this round doesn't work out for him, if he doesn't score some points, I believe this fight could be stopped before the distance.
There was another small hit there after the break of the referee from Khattab. This time the referee didn't say anything.
No. I think the referee sees which way the winds are blowing, and he knows that Veselov is very comfortable in his current position. Veselov is quite a nice fighter. As I said, not a concussive knockout puncher, but very workmanlike, obviously in great condition and educated. He reminds me a little of a Sven Otka type fighter, and I like that. Now, unfortunately,
I must say, Veselov, like last time against Rashka, now against Khattab, I think he needs and he deserves a boxer from another league.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, now though, Veselov was also cut above the left eye. It's a severe cut.
Oh yeah.
And I think that Veselov, that could have been caused by a punch. It's always horrible to see these cuts spoiling fights. But at the same time, Khattab earned that one. That seemed to be a clean punch that did that for me. And Veselov so nice, opening up.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Good combo from Mikalai.
Khattab is still in, still working, targeting the body. A right overhand landed. Khattab looking slightly unorganized at the moment, and they're checking that cut for Veselov. The referee was satisfied there was no problem and had indicated it was from a clash of heads.
It's raining blood here, Alan.
Absolutely.
My papers. On your shirt.
It wasn't that very nice shirt to start with, so it's okay. Some fantastic shots.
Are you from Ireland by any chance?
I'm Irish as Guinness.
Oh, Guinness. Been to the brewery. It's more of a museum now anyway.
It is. Lovely tactics there. Couple of nice long shots to keep the hands up top busy, and then whips downstairs. A lot of admiration for Veselov, and that cut doesn't seem to be inhibiting him at all.
Well, he's very brave, but I have to give this round again to the Belarusian.
Agreed. Sherwa Spear Dome is really starting to fill up here, and the excitement is building for Riyad Murray in his fight later.
5 points of difference with 2 rounds to go. It's more and more mission impossible for Abdul Khattab.
Absolutely. The ringside doctor taking a very close look at Khattab here.
Yeah.
Mikhail Kessler having a word with them both. There doesn't seem to be a lot of advice coming in terms of boxing, so you have to wonder, is the referee stopping that contest?
I think the
referee
doctor,
joins the conversation.
The doctor is advising not to continue, if I saw it well.
Second out.
It seems that way to me. He's on his stool very late again.
For round 9.
Although that was bizarre.
This guy is from Palestine. I think he will never give up.
No, very, very tough. Very tough. They were very slow to the corner. Mikhail Kessler is taking some more time here to address the glove and add more tape. Now, I have to put that down for experience from Mikhail Kessler. He's a clever guy. He's buying his fighter as much time as he possibly can. But that was a bit bizarre in the corner. And for Veselov, you can see he's just back to business. Work where he last stopped off.
Oh, Veselov has also
and that right
above
jab.
his right eye,
which may be the more serious cut.
Yeah.
For the vision. Oh wow, that was a terrific combination. Oh, and a straight left hand. I think the body shot set that up, but the subsequent punches were so well selected. And a nice counter left. That cut is quite severe over the right eye. But he's using nice long-range tactics, staying out of trouble. When they come close, it's certainly working to Khattab's advantage. So right now, with that injured eye, Veselov needs to work from a distance.
On the other hand, Veselov is proving Khattab wrong when he said that the Belarusian is not a puncher.
No, that's for certain.
He will not get a lot of hits, but
he was certainly staggered at the start of this contest, which I'm sure had a lot to do with the accumulation of punches over the previous rounds. But at the same time, it was a very good, solid left-hand shot, and subsequently followed by a lovely hook.
Well, he's still believing it, still hoping, still trying. A lot of respect for Abdul Khattab.
No, you can't question his bravery. The tape in that left glove is coming loose again from Abdul Khattab. And sure enough, he's going to get some time to recover, because Mikhail Klester is going to be asked to tape up that glove again.
Yeah.
Now, Mikhail Klester is such a world class, both as a fighter and as a coach. You have to suspect that he's buying his fighters some time to recover by leaving that nice and loose.
But even more respect for Nikolai Veselov. What a beautiful boxer.
Absolutely. Veselov is a guy that really excites me, to be honest. And you think that he could do very well here in the country of Belgium, where boxing is growing day by day.
Oh, I thought they were stopping to check the cuts, but it was just to adjust the gloves.
Correct. There's a loose piece of tape there, which may have been tactical, because you can see Khattab now. He's come back with a new burst of energy. The heads come together again, and you heard an exclamation from both fighters. That will obviously hurt both. Fantastic left-hand counter there by Veselov.
He's really hitting him hard.
Absolutely.
Said it's not a puncher, but we're so close to the ring, and
just because a guy is a knockout puncher doesn't mean they hit hard. Like every professional boxer does hit hard.
Yeah.
It might not be concussive, but it's enough to bring up bumps and bruises all over that. Oh dear.
Aiming for the cut now on the right eye.
Really targeting that cut. And if Veselov does go on to win this contest and the WBA Continental title, you just have to feel some sympathy that he'll have to take some time to heal up that cut before he can go back into training.
The only thing that I can see surprisingly happening still is that Khattab is having
a bit of controversy afterwards there.
Yeah, it's like a little payback. But what I wanted to say, if Khattab can hit that cut above the right eye of Veselov that hard that it completely opens,
absolutely,
the fight could go to Khattab.
Anything could happen.
It's very unlikely, but maybe he will try to turn it that way.
And anything could happen. We did have a little bit of afters after the bell there. Yeah. There was a little bit of a clash of heads, and you could see that Veselov continued to throw 3 or 4 more punches.
Yep.
Now, he was warned for it, but that was again because of frustration, because the heads came together again.
But there was no point deduction, just a warning.
And with that, you'd have to imagine that Mikalai Veselov is well in control.
Second out. Second out, please.
The seconds slow, leaving the corner champion.
Last round.
10th and final round of what would have been a very entertaining contest. However, you'd have to say that Mikalai Veselov is well in control. Khattab opening up bravely with that double jab. Looking to push Veselov back. Perhaps he knows he's down on the scorecards and he's looking to force a stoppage. Veselov is obviously conscious of that cut now, doesn't want to work inside.
No. Now he's holding.
Trying to hold up.
Yeah. Just trying to keep the danger away.
And again, a look of exasperation on his face when the heads came together again in that clinch. Straight left hand, very deftly done.
Yeah, using the elbow, but that was to to avoid another clash of heads.
Very cleverly done. He used the elbow to force down the head. Now something with Veselov looking at his corner looks slightly aghast. Obviously this would not be what he's accustomed to. He's used to nice clean amateur boxing. He's not accustomed to someone trying to rough him up purposely. But that's a little bit late for Khattab too. He needs to get to work. If he wants to do something, he needs to try and force a stoppage. And roughhousing is not going to do that. Good right hand then by Khattab.
You said, Alan, and at the start of the first rounds, these head clinches were not intentional, but now it's looking a different story.
Unfortunately, the tactics have changed.
Yeah. It's like a last possibility.
That was a fantastic straight left hand landed by Veselov there again.
Last minute of this fight. Oh,
Veselov
was another try. No, it's not. Well,
Veselov.
I don't like the way it's going, to be honest.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I suppose this is the big difference between professional boxing and amateur boxing. It's not a contest here. This is a prize fight. And both guys desperately want to take away that WBA Continental Championship. Nice check hook. Last 30 seconds, and I know that Nikolaya Veselova would love to finish on a high note.
That was a big hit again.
Double left hand by Khattab, but he got exploited with the right hook. Some frustration on the face of Nikolaya Veselova. You can see he didn't like the roughhouse tactics. And that's the end of a very fine contest.
The end of the fight. Well, I'll say 99-94. It would be nice to Khattab, but Mikalai Veselov will be.
In saying that now, Eric, we're scheduled here for 10-3s, but both men have taken their stools, so we must be going 2 additional rounds in the championship fight.
Yeah. Well, Veselov is still the Continental WBA champion, if you're asking me.
There's
And
two more additional rounds. We have been misinformed. Both men have taken the stools and we'll have 2 more rounds, I believe.
No.
Unfortunately, our paperwork was incorrect.
Yep.
But fortunately for Khattab, he has 2 more rounds to work.
Wow. Then Veselov.
Khattab has a second chance.
Second out.
All right, nice surprise. We see some more boxing,
Absolutely.
but I hope it will be another style than round number 10.
The corner of Khattab slow to leave again. Holding the contest. The referee didn't allow that to delay proceedings, and the boxers get straight back to it. Khattab rushing forward, but not into a clinch. Let some good punches go there.
I just hope it's not getting nasty.
Veselov is looking to box cleanly. Khattab is looking to spoil. Good. Oh, fantastic right hook. Veselov has certainly hurt Khattab there. A left hand and a right hook. Dip to the knees. Khattab is trying to cover it up well, but he is certainly hurt. Comes back with aggression, looking to hold now. Clever tactics when you're hurt.
Yeah, it's never going to win it like that, of course.
I think the question at the moment is whether or not Nikolaya Veselov can force a stoppage. And Khattab is doing everything he can to spoil. Khattab looking the more fatigued of the 2 fighters right now, but he's still working away. A good straight attack. The heads come close again.
Yeah, but Veselov is really looking...
Fantastic left hand again. You have to admire Khattab for weathering these shots, but he's not really putting forth any sort of a clean effort right now.
But the Belarusian more and more annoyed by this right eye.
And frustrated by the tactics of Khattab. Khattab wrapping up again. I think he's weathered that storm. He's not as hurt as he was previously in this round. That was a fantastic right hook again by Veselov. And a subsequent flurry, they all landed flush. They didn't seem to bother Khattab, but the judges have to be seeing this and scoring it clearly. Veselov with that lovely flurry up top then for trying to work the body again.
Veselov should not make the mistake to concentrate too much on the referee. I think he's asking too much attention.
Absolutely. To the referee's defense, he has to break it because Khattab at this time is only looking to hold and recover. He's not looking to get any work done. When the fighters have gone in close and have been looking to work, the referees let them work. However, at this point, when Khattab is just looking to hold, he's separating as quickly as he can. Khattab bringing with a right hand over it.
Trying.
That's that peekaboo style that we discussed earlier in this contest. Veselov digging the body. Khattab hasn't shown any vulnerability to the body. He's weathered quite well. The tape is also loose. I thought the Khattab was actually hurt by that first punch, and that's why the head came low. The referee interrupts. The tape is actually loose there on Nikolai Veselov's glove. And if you want, the referee has flagged it to the corner. Is the corner going to address it? I was just worried that what's going to be an action-packed 12th round could be interrupted by another problem with tape.
Are we still daring to say it will be the last round, but maybe they will announce that it's 15.
A throwback to the 1980s. We've got a 15 rounds.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how much effort Khattab puts into this last round. Obviously, he started off the fight with such endeavour. His heart was broken ever so slightly by that cut. He has 3 more minutes to try and seize the Continental WBA Championship.
It would be nice if he was really going for it. Not the bad tactics, but really trying to win this fight.
A lightning start by Nikolai Veselov. Long straight shots. You can see how much that he wants this. Left hand attempts the right hook again, but they end up bundled up. The referee separates them. The tape again suspiciously loose on Abdul Khattab's glove, and I have to suspect that Mikhail Tlister has loosened that to allow his fighter a bit of a reprieve.
Experienced threat, Mikhail.
Oh dear. The left hand landing again by Veselov, and Khattab looking disorganized momentarily. Left hand to the body. Fantastic punch selection by Nikolai Veselov. Khattab ever so brave, but he's doing everything he can just to weather the storm. Do you think, Eric, that Mikalai is just trying to really punctuate this fight and finish up with a stoppage to impress?
Wow, he's just going to defend, to hold a little bit, and it's like you say, it's a very brave fighter that we saw here against the champion Abdul Khattab. But I think his dream is about to end. It will be a unanimous decision. Well, there's another minute and 20.
The referee has his work cut out now. He's having a tough time keeping them separated. Khattab's launching attacks. He launched his head as much as he did his glove there towards Veselov, and punching on the break again.
Yeah. It's about time for... Yeah.
Veselov showing him some
Well, a point deduction wouldn't matter anyway.
You wouldn't think so, no.
Yeah.
And again, the left hook to the body, the head went in there as much as the left hand. I don't admire those tactics. Despite the respect that I have for Khattab, heads together again. That probably was accidental that time. Last 40 seconds. I think both fighters will be glad to see this one over. It's been a bruising encounter. Both cut.
Some risks now from Khattab. Just hoping for him he doesn't get a counter punch.
A good left hand. Fantastic exchange of punches.
Yeah, and this is smart from Veselov.
He's protecting that big lead that he knows that he has. Khattab throwing plenty of punches now. You have to wonder if he'd done this earlier with the cut endured by Veselov, would it have changed the outcome? That's the final bell. Khattab raises his hand. Perhaps a touch optimistic. Veselov returns to his corner. Looks quite calm and satisfied. And we're looking back at some of the highlights from that last round. You can see some of the quality boxing put on show by Mikalai Veselov.
Yeah, unfortunately for Abdul Khattab, he's raising his hand, but I think he won.
Unfortunately,
only one of the 12 rounds, and it was the first one.
I think I had him scoring just maybe 2 rounds was all, and perhaps a couple of drawn rounds, but certainly Mikalai Veselov well in control of that contest. A good opener though here on UFC Fight Pass for Murphy's Boxing. That was a very good contest. Really enjoyed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to both guys.
And now they will be announced what we probably already know.
Mikalai Veselov.
Title defender.
Both fighters showing the wounds of war on their face.
Now it's going to start to hurt. Yeah.
Both fighters will be sore tomorrow. They endured some tough shots, some bumped heads, but they gave a good honest effort for the most part.
So the referee will need a new shirt from WBA.
Just looking up into the corner there, the blue corner with Mikel Kessler standing up there.
I really don't know why it takes so long before we get the papers with the results, because it seems quite obvious.
I shall tell them you've already decided, Eric.
Hello.
Mikel Kessler has
Here
been
are the points.
several times. Sure, he knows what's a foregone conclusion here.
Well, they stay. Got to say that they were very patient, but now referee Barabas is going to ask. Okay, since we have a decision, let's listen together.
Here's the scorecard. Here's the result of this bout. For Judge Mikkel Hook, 115-113.
Wow, 2 rounds.
For
Very close.
Judge Bohata Jesus, 117-111. For Judge Salvador, 117-111. The winner and remaining champion.
So, as we thought, Nikolai Veselov is keeping his title, the Continental WBA title in the middleweight. And, well, one judge was a little bit, only 2 points of difference, but the other one,
rounds, but
it was.
the other seemed fairly clear.
So that was it for our Continental Championship for tonight. Will we be back with more somewhere near in the future?
Looking forward to the next fight is Antoine Vanneker.
Yeah, we'll have more here tonight in Charleroi. And with his image, he's the more than deserved winner of this fight, Mikalai Veselov. Thank you, Alan.
And thank you, Aaron.
See you later. Good night.
And after this tremendous fight, we hope to see you again here in the dome. Thank you, Mikalai Veselov.